Welcome to Nova Scotia. Welcome to Modern Traveler. I'm Jay. I'm in Bell's Cove, right across the street from Cape Lahey Adventures, one of the many places I've been kayaking for the better part of 2 weeks here. And this has been a dream trip, once in a lifetime trip. I've kayaked in so many different spots in the province, from Cape Breton up to Parsborough, Bay of Fundy, up in Dartmouth, and in Kayaked National Park. In this video, I'll go through all of the places that I went to, and regardless of whether you're a beginner, intermediate, expert, or somewhere in between, I promise you there is something on the water for you in Nova Scotia. Before we head out into the water, infinite thanks to Tourism Nova Scotia for allowing me to do this trip. Again, once in a lifetime trip. It's the trip of my dreams, kayaking for nearly 2 weeks straight. So thank you for allowing me to adventure and explore all across your province. And a massive thank you to Honda Canada for providing my road trip chariot, which has seen almost 2,500 kilometers on their 2025 Honda Pilot TrailSport. I was on regular streets, back roads, highways, gravel roads, off-roads at some point, and the Pilot handled everything I threw at it and then some. There will be a feature video on the 2025 Honda Pilot TrailSport on the Modern Motoring YouTube channels. Let's wrap this segment up with, I don't know, let's say me walking towards the water. Yeah, let's do that. About 3 hours northwest of Halifax, in Advocate Harbour, is where you will find Nova Shores Adventures, and we did the Three Sisters kayaking day tour, and it's a high tide tour, and it's approximately 10-ish kilometers, give or take. The expert, friendly, and knowledgeable guides ensure your adventure is both safe and enjoyable, and there's my guide Curtis, so you can see there's some motion in the water, well, quite a bit, as you can see with the swells, but everybody's safe. You're in tandem kayaks, and that's a non-negotiable. And we stopped at a little beach for a little snack, stretch our legs, and the viewpoints here are stunning. There's a quick look at the Three Sisters, and whether you're a seasoned kayaker or a first-time paddler or somewhere in between, the tour is absolutely doable, and our group had beginner paddlers in there, and they handled the conditions extremely well. The Bay of Fundy is majestic, to say the least, and even though the rolling waters look precarious, as long as you keep paddling and keep yourself moving forward, you'll be in a good spot. So thank you again to the guides and to Nova Shores Adventures for an excellent adventure on the waters in the Bay of Fundy. An hour and a half west of Halifax in Lahey is Cape Lahey Adventures, and Sarah and the team are wonderful, and they offer a bioluminescent sea kayak night tour that's approximately 2 hours. So you start at sunset and go between Bell's Cove and Sperry's Cove, and that's just magical to begin with. And they're planned for the new and first quarter moons in late summer. This provides the best chance of viewing the incredible light show of bioluminescence in the waters below as your paddles stir up the calm seas of the night. For safety reasons, tandems are used for all the night tours. It's hard to see with a camera, but with a sharp eye you can definitely see it, and this is such a cool experience, and I wish I could capture something on the camera, but being in tandem kayaks, got to make sure you pull your weight. This is absolutely worth doing. About 4 hours east of Halifax in Cape Breton and about 30 minutes north of Bedeck is North River Kayak Tours. Owned for over 30 years by Angelo, who is a gem of a person, a musician, and truly passionate about what he does, this is a magical tour. I did the half-day tour, which was a little over 8 kilometers in length, and there are small group tours as well as large group tours. Angelo gave us a thorough history of the area, pointed out plenty of fun nature facts, and we stopped about halfway for his famous homemade banana bread and his rhubarb jam, as well as some tea, and to stretch our legs and to take a look into the little cave, which were covered in spiders, so good to look at, but not so good to go in. The pacing of the tour was a perfect balance between paddling and cruising to enjoy the atmosphere. This is one of my favorite tours because of that balance, and it's not being bombarded with information. Angelo is a perfect guide, a perfect host, and he just wants you to have fun. The distance traveled here should be measured in miles per hour, because that's what it was all around. Only an hour and a half west of Halifax brings you to the Blue Rocks region, which is in Lunenburg, and it's the home of pleasant paddling. I did the 3-hour afternoon tour, and it's about 7-ish kilometers in and around the islands. And the good thing is it's open to all levels of paddlers, so it's a great way to get on the water. And their website has it perfectly worded. Paddlers will immediately feel they have entered the wilderness, and using the narrow canals and passageways for protection, they'll weave their way through island after island, offering unique views at every turn. Yep, that pretty much sums it up, and we stopped off at a secluded beach for a snack, and there's one of our guides, Luke, skipping rocks way better than I ever can. The guides were excellent, the tour was exquisite, and this is such a wonderful way to enjoy being on the water in Nova Scotia. And yes, somehow we managed to get all of us together for a big group selfie. You can either go in a single or a tandem kayak because Pleasant Paddling has so many. Just look at all those kayaks. Definitely get here to get on the water in Nova Scotia. Two hours northeast of Halifax brings you to Melmerby Beach Provincial Park. You can bring your own kayak or canoe or stand-up paddleboard or rent one from the on-site Melmerby Adventures, and make sure you book in advance if you're going to go the rental route. Explore the area of the inner bay at your own pace, and I will say this area is ideal for beginners. It's sheltered and there's not too much wind, there's not too much motion, and when you're done, stay a little bit longer and enjoy the water from the beach side, and maybe get a selfie in that big beautiful chair. About 20-ish minutes from Halifax brings you to Shubie Park in Dartmouth. Cool thing here is there is an accessible kayak launch on site that's an excellent tool to help more people enjoy paddling here. You can bring your own kayak, canoe, or stand-up paddleboard, or you can rent one from Wildwood Water Sports, which is on site as well. Note they only take cash or e-transfer, so no debit or credit. Even though it's technically in the city of Dartmouth, you feel as if though you're a million miles away in your own world here. The canal itself is peaceful, and this is ideal for beginner paddlers. Once you hit the end of the canal, that brings you into Lake Charles, and yes, you can see the IKEA there, so that shows you the city side, but it's still very serene, very calm, very peaceful here. And whether it's before work, after work, on your lunch break, or whenever you want, this is such a beautiful escape in the heart of the city to get on the water. This truly is a picture-perfect place. A little over 2 hours east of Halifax is home to Liscomb Lodge on the shores of the Liscomb River. There are kayak and canoe rentals available, but if you can, bring your own. I stayed at one of their cabins and was able to get quite close to it from the Liscomb River by heading north, and by heading south on the Liscomb River, that'll bring you to Ripley's Island and Ripley's Little Island. The scenery here is splendid. It was such a peaceful morning paddle, and this is ideal for all levels of paddlers, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or an expert. It's a great way to get in the water. Two hours east of Halifax is Kayaked National Park, and here you've got a choice as to how you want to spend your time on the water. Why Not Adventure offers kayak, canoe, and stand-up paddleboard rentals for self-guided tours, and there's a guided tour option as well. Out of those two options for your guided tours, you can go for the 1.5 to 2 hour one, where you go along the Mersey River and you learn about the wildlife and the area's history, and it's an excellent use of time. Or you can opt for the 4-hour tour that takes you the other way into Kayaked Lake. This is ideal for beginners to get on calm waters and see the park from a different perspective, and our guide was simply spectacular. We saw some turtles, which was pretty cool, and it's just a nice calm way of experiencing the water here at Kayaked National Park. You can go on your own, with friends, with family, and we came across this lovely set of friends who brought their dog out. That dog is absolutely living its best life. So for a unique paddling experience, Kayaked National Park through Why Not Adventure definitely has you covered. I like this walk-up style so much I decided to do it for the outro as well. But the difference here will be I'll stand on this side of the frame to give you a beautiful view of the water over my right shoulder. So now you know where to go kayaking in Nova Scotia. Daytime, nighttime, national parks in the middle of the city in Dartmouth, which is fantastic, out in Cape Breton, out in Blue Rocks, and so many other places. This really is a paddler's dream, and I can't thank the province of Nova Scotia and Tourism Nova Scotia enough for helping put this together. Well, not helping, actually putting the whole thing together, and to Honda Canada. And I probably should have worn a hat, because every time I tried to fix my hair before I hit record, it would be fine for about 2 seconds, and then the wind would come and do its thing. And of course, as soon as I say that, it's staying in place now. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope I've inspired you to do some kayaking, ideally in Nova Scotia, but hopefully anywhere. But if you want some of the best there's the hair. If you want some of the best kayaking in Canada, and I've kayaked all over the country, Nova Scotia has some of, if not the best kayaking that you can experience. Again, I hope I've inspired you to get on the water, come to Nova Scotia, enjoy it. It's such a delightful and serene place, and if you want excitement, you can have it. If you want things to be laid back and going at your own pace, you can absolutely get that too. Thank you so much to all of the outfitters and tour operators who took me in, were wildly friendly. It's kind of expensive because Nova Scotia is, you know, East Coast, and you get that East Coast friendliness and charm. But an extra big thank you to every single one of them who took me out on the water and gave me a good balance between letting me just cruise on my own and just soak in all of the beauty, as well as balancing it with some really cool information about the history of where we were and the wildlife, with some cool little nuggets of information. I feel I'm rambling, so I'm going to stop. Even look at that hair, that is wild. Thank you so much for watching. I invite you to join the Modern Traveler social community. We are on all of the major platforms. We've got a newsletter. I've got a newsletter. I would love for you to sign up for it and join me on all of the adventures. With that, I'm going to sign off with the sun beaming perfectly on the left side of my face, highlighting my salt and pepper beard. Without you, there is no Modern Traveler, so I thank you, I appreciate you, and I look forward to traveling with you next. And just for continuum's sake, I'm going to wrap up with me walking to the water. Not in the water, to the water.